Hello savages, it is I. So while I was waiting for my VH to VG transmission adapter and my clutch and all that, I did a couple test fits of the VH45 in the hard body, and I really ran into one issue. And that's that the oil filter housing wouldn't clear my steering box or my frame. So in order for the engine to clear and fit inside the frame and clear my steering, I'm gonna have to take the oil filter housing off of it, chop it, and take it to my buddy later today, who's gonna TIG some 10AN bungs onto it, and then I'm just gonna have to run relocated oil filter. I've seen a few people have to do this with various swaps, but really there's not a lot of how-to or really just content in general on VH45 stuff, especially here on YouTube. So I'm just going to keep this video really short. I'm just going to be sticking to the modification of the oil filter housing. Alright, so I'm just going to let this drain out here for a little bit, and then I'm going to come back, clean it up a bit, take the oil filter off, make my marks, and make my cuts. But one thing to note right here, you do have to take off the driver's side motor mount in order to clear getting one of those bolts off. Alright, so we brought this inside just so I can explain this a little bit better without the sun, beating down on me. So this is the oil filter housing on the VH45. And you can see it's a big old chunky boy, and right about this area and right here is where it was all hitting the steering box and the frame on the hard body. So pretty much what we're going to be doing is right where I made these marks with a Sharpie, I'm going to take the angle grinder with the cutoff wheel to those, chop all this nonsense off, and then we're going to be taking this to my buddy later today, and he's going to be TIGging on some AN bungs. But I'll go ahead and spare you angle grinding. Alright, so after about 20-30 minutes, chopped the big part of the oil filter housing off. Spent a little bit of Dremel time, spent a little bit of file time. I wanted to get this as small as I possibly could because of my header situation. I wanted this one in particular as close to the block as I could get it, simply because I want more room for headers. But there it is. Talked to my buddy, he said we're still a go for today, so I'll see you guys in a couple hours. For you, it'll only be right now. Alright guys, so here it is done. It's actually the next day. I didn't end up getting this done until late last night, and honestly just forgot to grab the camera. Didn't want to record because it was dark out. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this on the motor and see how it fits. Alright, and here it is bolted up to the motor. Only have 2 bolts in right now, just to show you guys what it looks like. If you guys remember, the old oil filter housing pretty much came to right here. Took up a lot of room, and it was hitting the steering box and the frame. So with this, I'll be able to run some AN lines and an oil filter relocation, which I already have as well. But that's it for this one, guys. I know it was a super simple kind of video. Really didn't do a whole lot. But like I said, there wasn't a whole lot on YouTube, and I didn't really see anyone else post anything about this. I've seen a couple people do it like on Facebook, so hopefully this helps someone if you are doing a VH swap. So I'm going to cut it here. Hopefully the video wasn't too long. In the next video we'll be installing the excessive adapter plate, the new flywheel, clutch, and hopefully doing a first mock-up.